Let's see if we can have 4 upbeat readings. You never know. Spirit guides, universe, and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius' highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in the second week of June 2025 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with, or manifesting in? 3 cards, please. The Magician. Okay, the Magician upright, that's a really positive card. So the Magician has all 4 aces, okay? He has all the tools to succeed. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles. He's got the money. He's got the intelligence. He's got the patience. What have I missed? He's got the enthusiasm, you know, the courage. So that's a really, really nice energy. Whatever he wants to achieve, he feels that he has the tools to do it, okay? And he probably has, because it's aces. So the universe is always helping when it's an ace. You know, if you get an Ace of Pentacles, you've done something, but the universe is meeting you halfway. So with an Ace of Pentacles, maybe you applied for a job, you know, went for an interview, so you had to do some hard work, and then maybe, you know, if you do the application, you get an interview. If you do the job, you get picked. The universe is on your side. The universe will help you to get into a workplace that understands you the most. You know, it's just luck turns up at the time when you need it, and it's not because you just sat around. It's not that. You're getting met halfway, okay? Your hard work plus the universe's, you know, gift. What is it that's turned over there? Oh my lord. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. What on earth? So maybe this is how this person feels, okay? But they're not making good decisions because the wheel turns in your favour when you learn your lessons, when you stop bad behaviours, when you change your ways and you do the right thing. You know, if you keep seeing someone that you know is a player and you know he or she is really, really bad news, and you keep getting involved with them or being tempted, you're going to be in this karmic cycle. Or if you stay with someone for the wrong reasons, you know, it's reasons of ego, like money, security, what it looks like to others, you know, you're going to get caught in a karmic cycle. If you can't see that someone's manipulative, or you see red flags and you don't, you know, heed the warnings, you're in a karmic cycle. So something about this person's actions are putting them in a karmic cycle. Well, I'm saying this person, but it's you. So I don't know what it is that you're doing. Let's see what comes out next. Now, a karmic cycle doesn't necessarily mean you've consciously done something that you know is wrong. You may not have strong boundaries. So, you know, in that case, you continue to be bullied by someone, or you continue to be pushed around by an overbearing partner or someone who's violent at home, or, you know, and that's not a criticism. But when you're weak, when you are feeling mentally weak, or you don't have a good concept of self because of childhood trauma, you know, people who are not good for you kind of sense that. And it's not anything you've done wrong, but it's a karmic lesson to teach you to stand up for yourself. And you need to get away from whoever that is that's not being good to you, if that's the situation. Easier said than done, because people can be incredibly, incredibly manipulative. You know, it's like a disease. People like that, they are like toxic and they're a cancer, the horrible, sinister minds. But I don't know what the situation is. I'm not a fly on the wall. But when the Wheel of Fortune's reversed, you experience a turn of bad luck. And it kind of continues and gets more dramatic until you stop it, basically. You've got to stop the wheel by, you know, look at this. The Judgment reversed. When the Judgment card is upright, you're hearing the call to action. Time is of the essence, okay? The angel is, I don't know what this is, a bugle or something. So it is. They're trying to raise the dead, okay? It's like, wake up, you need to do something about this, time is of the essence. But something, you're ignoring something, you know, like the universe is trying to communicate something, like, stop this, do something, change it up, you know, get away from a particular person or be honest about a situation. I'm not sure what flipped then, to be honest. Was it the top two? Let's just do it again. So this, let's see who's going to show up in your reading. Because I've not got court cards there. The sort of major arcana, so you got 3 major arcana there. There's something pretty bloody big going on, Aquarius. I mean, Aquarius is a fixed sign, isn't it? So you don't like change. And everyone can be like that. Everyone can be stubborn as well, or think, no, I know what I'm doing, or I'll just do it a bit longer. Let's see. So we've got the 4 of Pentacles upright for this person that's showing up for you. 4 of Pentacles, this person is clinging onto these pentacles. He is holding those so tight. He's like putting them everywhere. They're going in pockets. They're going down socks. They're going under the crown. It's like, tuck pentacles wherever you can get them. So it's a sense of conserving wealth or conserving resources. We're not spending. We haven't got outgoings. We're clinging onto it, okay? Time, money, and energy. So this person could be really shut down. They could not want to be generous with others or be patient with others. It's like being frugal, but it's not just in a financial sense. It's like self-preservation, self-protection, you know? Could be a lack of trust, possessiveness. The Emperor reversed. This person being very domineering. I know that because if the Emperor card was upright, it'd be someone who's just taking control, you know, because that's what's necessary, that's what's responsible. When it's reversed, it's either an Emperor that's become weakened or one that's being overbearing, you know. So the fact that it follows the 4 of Pentacles, where the person is very controlling, very possessive, very jealous, you know that it's the kind where it's like, I'm going to rain terror over you. Like, this is a manipulative, domineering person. There's a lack of trust. And the Emperor is all 4 kings. They're the highest status in the whole tarot deck. So, you know, they're quite a force to be reckoned with. If they wanted to financially blackmail you or manipulate you, they could. They're intelligent, they're strategic, they're using all the powers that they have. If they were upright, they would use those powers to help people. When it's reversed, they're using them against people. So, yeah, if you have lots of intelligence, you can use that against people. If you have lots of wealth, you can use that against people. If you have endless patience, you know. If you're good with words, if you've got a silver tongue, you can use that against people. It's looking like drama, guys, because we've got the Ace of Cups reversed here. The 7 of Cups being at a crossroads. 9 of Cups not wanting to be single. 6 of Cups, it's to do with the soulmate union. There's been a marriage. It's an ex, okay? It's an ex. They're pissed off because they've lost the love of their life. That cup is abundant. The feelings are, you know, huge for you, and the cup's being poured empty. They're at a crossroads. They're like, shit, what am I going to do? Which direction am I going to? So lost. And then we've got the 9 of Cups reversed. If that's upright, they're happy. They're happy within themselves. This person is not content within themselves at all. They don't want to be single. They want their soul. They want their soul union. They want the person they've been building up the years with. The person that they feel nostalgic about. The person that they hold in high regard, like they hold a family member. You know, very, very like feelings of nostalgia. When they look back, it's with fondness, you know. They're very lost. The World card reversed. It's not the end of this cycle. We're trapped in it. With the World card, the Fool realizes that better days are coming. You know, it's been hard times, but in the future, we know from logic things are going to get better. That's reversed. So it's like, you know, unsurprising when you've got the Magician, but then you've got the Wheel of Fortune. Shit just keeps going wrong. There's drama. We're not getting what we want, and the universe is like, I'm trying to tell you what to do, you know, in your body, or show you signs and synchronicities, or help you to ascend, break free from this. Like, I don't know. If the World card was upright, it'd be the end of a cycle, like completion. Whoops. Look, the 8 of Cups, that's walking away from a relationship. The 7 of Swords reversed, the 4 of Swords. The 7 of Swords upright is someone lying, cheating, stealing. It's manipulation. Someone going behind the other person's back, doing the most. You know, I don't know. Someone could be going through your wheelie bin. Someone could be all over your social media. They could be asking friends about you. You know, when someone's just doing anything they're not supposed to. They could be, you know, taking money that's not theirs. They could be, I don't know, stalking you. I don't get the vibe of seeing someone behind your back, because I don't get a togetherness from this. I get someone that misses how things were, and I get someone that is just like, when will the shit end? That's what I'm getting. When that Seven of Swords card is reversed, it's been exposed. And that's in the outcome. And it's with taking a much needed rest and walking away from a relationship for good. I don't stalk people. I've got boundaries. You can't judge other people by your own standards though, can you? Any of us could have been stalked and we wouldn't know it, would we? We don't want to be stalked because that's freaks. Three of Pentacles. Okay, that's cooperation, working together. 3 is a number of community. We've got 3 Pentacles. It can be workplaces, literally, working together at the workplace, or it can be, you know, instead of like bickering or things being acrimonious, we're just going to choose to, like, it is what it is. Let's make it as painless as possible now. That kind of... I'm just moving the camera so you can see the cards. Sometimes after you've separated, people expect to still be in touch with you on the daily. And if you've got, you know, joint utilities, if you've got joint assets, or you have children, there's necessary communication. It just has to happen. But some people find it very, very difficult to step down the level of communication from how it was when you were living under the same roof to it's got to be different. They're not allowed to just get in touch whenever. They're not allowed to have a say over certain things anymore because they're not in a relationship with you anymore. And I think some people find that really, really difficult. It takes time to adjust. It feels like there's a period of adjustment here, but in the outcome, there's walking away. And then there's cooperation. So if that's your story, it's going positive in the end, okay? What's this person's issues? Why have we got the Emperor reversed? Oh my god, fierce temper. Has too many anger issues and dark moods, abusive. Magic within. Create space for personal growth and self-discovery. So they're going to go through an ascension once they've walked away and let go of this. Mapping the way. Explore love and unearth unexpected treasures. Okay, so they're moving on. They're going to have to, okay? They've decided that that needs to happen. And you might think, oh my god, finally. Because when they get involved with someone new, it kind of like gets them off your back, which sounds terrible, but I think the full focus is on you until they get someone new. And it's not because they think you're going to get together, but they just don't have anything to sort of like use up their time. Do you know what I mean? So they're looking back at the past instead and they're relying upon that. Divorce, breaking contract. Fuck me. That is like, that goes so well. I shouldn't swear, should I? I shouldn't have done that. Never mind. I'm not monetized anyway. TikTok won't be happy with me, but... Oh, not everyone is meant to stay forever. Some people come to teach you something. Okay, so once the lesson has been learned, the contract has, it's done its work, it's expired then, because every interaction you have with every person on this planet in your 3D life, in your lifetime as a human, it means something, whether it's to teach you to put up boundaries, whether it's to trigger healing, whether it's to just show you what it's like to be loved unconditionally, or loved for your body or for your mind or some reason. But it's not always meant to be forever, and I think people forget that. You don't have to regret it because it's come to an end. It's a lot of connections, they've had a profound effect, and you're not going to be the same person after them, and that's the point, and you change again once it's done because you reflect on it and you contemplate it and you process it, you do your shadow work. Part of the learning is afterwards. It's after the relationship and how you come back from it, how you learn to be by yourself, how you process any comment that that person made about what you were or what you look like, or your sense of ambition, or like whatever they say to you. Sometimes you do all your growth after it ends. I mean, a lot of people are simply grateful to have, to have the children, that they've got, and to have had good times as a family unit, and then they don't want to be as a family anymore, and they never be in one again. They choose to stay independent and, co-parent from different abodes. It's just whatever works, but some people are very codependent and they settle down, and then they find the sort of freedom and they have an eat, pray, love life after, like, marriage. They become much more free, much more independent, confident. So you can't see relationships as the sort of end game. They're really not. They're more like a catalyst for growth and expansion. They're more of a catalyst. I think it's past energy in this, so I don't need to get timing. Keep the door open. Don't be so focused on a closed door that you don't see the ones which open for you. I think that's like advice for them, to be honest. I think you're over it. Express your love. It's important to let people know that you love them. You have nothing to lose. little by little. Things will get better. Okay, better days are coming. Even if it doesn't happen immediately, there's change happening all the time. Change is inevitable, and little changes are constant. You know, you might not be conscious of them, but everything's changing all the time. It literally is. Nothing is staying exactly the same, because we'd all be frozen in motion, wouldn't we? Okay, it feels like nothing's changing, but that doesn't mean that's the reality. It's like when you see time lapses of, you know, a woodland, and you see how all the nature's moving and growing. That's been happening all that time, but we weren't able to see it. Oh my God, I'm so profound. Profound as fuck. Right. Return to the body. When I'm caught up in a stressful moment, I can move my awareness to my body. Is my jaw clenched? My body tense? How is my posture? This helps me to see where I can relax and let go of tension. Now I can return to any situation more calm and present. Projecting. Rather than reacting and projecting my emotions onto others, I remember no one is to blame, no one is responsible for the emotions that I feel. When someone says or does something that brings up strong emotions within me, I have the choice in how I respond. Balance. I surround myself with people I love and enjoy my time with them, but I also take time to nurture my relationship with myself. I have found a healthy balance between being with friends and having self-care time. Yeah, so it's not like a loser to have time to yourself. It's actually very empowering to get comfortable with that. And obviously, if you're ever feeling desperate or lonely or very upset, you wouldn't be by yourself. You would immediately go and find someone to be with that you love and trust. But when things are all right, you know, I love my alone time. I really, really like it. I like it knowing I'm going to see people soon, or there's people somewhere in the house. I'm not good at all when I'm totally by myself for long periods. I go mental. There's a downward spiral that's just, you know, so fast. But I would say I'm to the point of selfish with my time. I'm always thinking about other people, always. It's constant. But I think people can be a bit offended sometimes because they want more time with me. But it's just I actually need it to recharge. I just need it. Soul light. Your soul's light guides your inner world and path through awakening. Okay, that to me looks very much like a butterfly pattern, does it not? Going through an ascension, and so is this person. Kind of beautiful, really. Okay, let's get you an angel number. 666. Reflect. Love, affection, compassion, kindness, attention, and self-love. Several unexpected developments will enter your life and impact how you feel. This is a chance to reevaluate your identity. What the hell? I'm so good at this shit. You need a mental shift towards greater optimism, self-assurance, and trust. Put your faith in your gut and inner voice. Pay attention to your feelings and use them to help you become a better person. Okay, so if you've been feeling the pressure, the responsibility of this divorce or breakup, or even if it happened a while ago, it's not over, is it? Because that person's energy is just all around. You know, they make it like that. And even if they're not trying to, it's just there. You know, it's a lot. It's a huge change, huge life shift. So, I mean, the message is really clear there. It's like, you've got to take care of yourself. It's okay to not want to spend time with others. You need to have time for yourself, especially if you're a parent. God, it's all about everyone else all the time, isn't it? At work, when you come home, it's about the kids. You've got to kind of allocate time for yourself, and it's dedicated time that's meant to be just for you, doing something to calm down or enjoy yourself. You got to allocate it. Like, you don't have to do that when you don't have kids. Is that Mars? Okay, so you need to look up the planet of Mars, because Spirit's pulled that out for you. It's to do with your root chakra. Courage. It's to do with courage and anger. Okay, I'm getting another one because I want a crystal for you as well. Sometimes the planets come out. Sodalite for the throat chakra. Okay. There it is. That's pretty. What is it? Friend to the chronic meditator Sodalite, known by some as poor man's lapis, is a salty, deep blue stone, speckled and striated with white calcite inclusions. Who needs it? Planners, producers, and Virgos. Where to put it? Whenever you do your best non-thinking. Wherever you do your best non-thinking. When to use it? When you have a big decision to make, when you're 99% finished with a project but can't get your head around the last 1%, don't. Seriously, give up. Meditate with Sodalite. Abandon solution-orientated thinking. Surrender to your intuition and watch your problem get solved from someplace much deeper. Deepen your intuition. So if you get to a point where you're all tangled up and you're like, I'm really annoyed with myself because I just need to finish this thing. I've done really, really well with it. You're probably pushing yourself too hard. And what you need to do is just do something for yourself and just fully switch off. And then first thing in the morning, you're like, I know what I'm going to do. You know, it's like you've just extended yourself way too far. That's when you need your Sodalite. And you just need to actually just let go of all the reins, you know, because sometimes when I was on my PGCE, I'd always like work extra. And I would just think, but I'll just like stay awake for a few more hours and I'll just do more. And I'd get so tired and run down. and then I'd perform less good, less efficiently. Or if I overdid the thinking on a lesson, they'd be like, no, the other one was well better. And I'd be like, well, I spent the least time on that one. So, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need to just free up the mind. What's the word? You can get really depleted, exhausted, overextend yourself, and then you just can't, there's no gas left in the cylinders, do you know what I mean? And stuff will come to you more easily when you actually take rest. Okay, so I hope that resonates for some people. I hope that it was comforting, that you take the advice from your ancestors. Yeah, there's a lot about trust, optimism, self-love. Put your faith in your gut. Your gut is your third eye chakra, so it's like, you know, everything's going to be all right. You know, everything's going to work out. The answer isn't always to do stuff. The answer is sometimes to stop and let a bit of life happen, or, you know, take a break from something. And it works. Like the answers come a lot more easily when you take rest, when you do something you enjoy, when you laugh, when you know, it's like when you're trying to write an essay and you've read it and read it and read it, and then you're like, I can't remember where I'm up to with this now, I can't think anymore. And you go away, do something totally different, you feel like you're being really selfish with your time, and then you just come up with a really good answer, much better, like, and you bang out the last paragraphs and you're like, oh my God. Right, we're gonna go on to Pisces.